but hello and welcome to the Generic Paranormal Show. I'm your host KD, and this is my co-host Austin.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
There we go.
Trying to get my my camera arm thing set. It's one of those flexible things.
One of those flexy things.
Oh yeah, that's better. Okay.
So Austin, you said you had some changes that were happening at the at Father John's. Oh no, yeah, Father John's, and then also you had some. You were started.
We've already I've already announced the granary.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but basically, everybody knows that Father John's, like the restaurant and everything, closed down all of a sudden, kind of suddenly actually, and it took everybody by surprise. But I've actually talked to the owner, John, and he has given me permission to still do ghost hunts. We can't do any overnights anymore because we don't have the B&B like that. But we are still able to do the single night ghost hunts, but we're able to switch it from 9 to 4 back to 7 to 2. So because the restaurant's no longer open, we don't have that restriction anymore with our time frame. Right. So if anybody's still interested in booking Father John's, it is still available for this year at least. We're going to still be doing single night ghost hunts. No overnights, though.
No overnights at Father John's.
No overnights, but we're still taking single night bookings.
But don't they have the rooms you can rent there?
Yeah, but because the place is closed down, he doesn't have any staff there anymore to maintain anything. So we can't we're not doing the overnights anymore. Right. But you can still do a 7 to 2. We're gonna still do the 7 to 2 like we do at all the other locations. But yeah, it's better because Father John's for a long time you had to do 9 to 4. 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. just because the restaurant was open until 10. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's exciting.
Better in a way.
Yeah, I think so. You don't have.
when you say no overnights, what does that mean? You stop at midnight or?
No. So with the Underground Paranormal Network, we have all of our locations. We add an overnight option, which is basically you can pay $100 extra, and you extend your time out from the 7 to 2, all the way out from 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. the next morning. So you're adding a whole nother 9 hours for an extra $100.
So you can basically sleep there if you wanted to.
Yeah, if you bring your own cots and stuff. Yeah. But if at Father John specifically, because they still do a lot of the alcohol, they're keeping the brewing going there. They're still going to brew beer and stuff there. So I would have to sleep over, which I just recently did, which sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Because it was cold as shit in that basement. I slept in the camel room, which is the Kathmandu room. It's just a room filled with pillows, and you're supposed to sit. It's got a very low table. You're supposed to sit cross-legged.
So I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of weird. A room full of pillows.
Well, it's supposed to be representative.
Is it like a ball pit?
Well, it's supposed to be representative of India, Hindu. You sit with your legs crossed and you sit at a low table and that kind of thing. You have to take your shoes off. It's one of those kind of rooms. But I just slept in there because it was dark. It was down in the dungeon room or the dungeon.
Oh. One of those kind of rooms, huh?
It was creepy, but comfortable. It was the only place that I could actually lay down and go to sleep without using one of the beds up in the B&B.
Yeah,
they all had different cots and stuff, man, and I'm not staying over there again. That sucked.
Yeah, we're doing some events too, and I'll talk about those a little bit later.
Yeah, all right, coming
but
out to one or two of them.
yeah, hey, you can come out to whichever ones you want.
Well, you tell me, brother. You're the event host.
I can pay for your room
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll
But
talk about
again, you're the host. I'm just a guest if I come out to yours.
host with the ghost host with the most. Linda Scott,
God, babes.
Kim Baranski, hello. Carol Garcia, hello.
Sorry, everybody.
Hello.
Justin.
Lovejoy, hello.
Come here.
Carol Garcia, hello again. That's your YouTube. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching on both.
Yeah. Thank
That
you,
helps.
everybody.
That helps the algorithms and commenting as well.
For anybody that just joined, Father John's is remaining open for 2026 for ghost hunts only. No, the restaurant's closed, but that means we've moved the time from 9 to 4 back to 7 to 2. So just that's big news, guys. At least for me.
Look, I use hashtag Ghost Adventures to get more views on my videos. Hey, it works. That's whatever, right? Yeah. I mean, technically, they do have some of my shit. I mean, I don't know if they ever used it. I think they have once. I don't know though. I didn't watch it. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But anyway, so speaking of places that we're doing, like public ghost hunts and stuff at, this is one of the places we'll be doing soon. We'll be having an event at soon. We just did a private investigation here. This is Old Cowtown Museum in Wichita, Kansas. We're having a little thing called Haunted Wichita Weekend, and so this is night 2 of Haunted Wichita Weekend. This is Saturday night. This event is going to be at. So this not this Saturday, but March 28th. It's going to be March 28th, and with the weather maybe meh, it should be okay. I don't know, maybe possibly, but regardless, most of the places are indoors that we're investigating anyway. There is some outdoor stuff you can do, and you do have to travel. I mean, it's like a whole town. I mean, Cowtown is a whole town. I have some videos I'm working on. This is one I wanted to watch real quick here. Let me see if I can. What do I got to do here to make this do? This is a motion detector. All right, so we'll just watch it like this. You'll know. So this is myself and a member, kind of an honorary member of PTF investigator. It's Dave, and he is in this. This is the old jail, and this is an actual jail. It was the original Wichita jail, and they used it as the original Wichita jail until something like 1848 or 46, something like that. Yeah, and then it was like, okay, we need a proper jail. So at that point, they kind of retired this when it goes off. But this is Dan and I had set up a motion detector in this one jail cell. So there's 4 jail cells here. One of them's locked off and nobody goes in. You can look through a little peephole and see the room, but nobody's been in there for years. You can see the dust, and like nobody's even walked in there, like staff. It's crazy, right? And it's got a big lock on it and stuff, And but this is the cell opposite to that cell. So I set this is a motion detector that I built. So anything in that room, if anything in that room moves,
pointed that way.
Okay. That's Dave. The lights will turn red, and you'll hear the alarm. Mm-hmm. Walked outside. That's it right there. So that's what I heard. So tell me if you hear this. Because I'm hearing "Where is my body?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not Dave's voice, and that's weird. But so let's go back just a little bit. Watch that again. I walk outside. I'm getting something out of my case, and I just had set up this motion detector, right? and explained how it worked and showed that there was, nobody in there. So EVP.
Whoa.
And then boom.
That was not me. I mean, unless it's picking me up, it's not.
No way, dude. No
wood, is it?
No way.
Okay, it's not.
No way. I don't think. I'm pretty. No, there's no way.
PIRs
This is
will
a
pick up
motion
the
center.
ball.
You'll know when it. So that is probably the best thing that I got there. That was I did some ghost box stuff there, but there was just a lot of man. I think I got 2 more EVPs. So I was like getting EVPs, dude. And the ghost box, the ITC stuff was doing okay, but the EVPs were, and then the EVPs would like correspond to things that were other things that were happening.
Can PIRs pick up through a wall? I don't feel like they could because it's heat, right?
No, I can't see through the wall.
Right, that's what I thought.
No.
So it wouldn't have picked him up. No.
I mean, if you could have some high tech, like, hot, like some sort of high end PIR sensor that's not like, this is like a general vicinity motion sensor, right? I think it's probably 6 to 12 feet is the distance that it'll even pick up at, right? The maximum distance in optimal situation.
Without any obstructions,
yeah. And so you're,
yeah.
So anyway, that goes off, and it's not that it went off, right? Yeah, sure, it could have been anything. Fuck, there could have been a rat in there. Who knows, right? But I didn't see a rat, but there could have been one. But it was just weird that we got that, and then we got what could be an EVP, what I'd consider to be an EVP at this point.
That's a good one too.
It's not Dave's voice, and even okay, let's say Dave did say something of that nature. Why would he say "Where's my body"? He wouldn't say "Where's my body." He'd be like, "Where's your body?" Or did you die here? Like, where's your body? Do you know your body?
Okay.
He wouldn't say something like "Where's my body?"
Yeah, it does. It seems odd. Seems like an odd thing that anybody would say, unless. Yeah, I mean that's weird. It's very weird.
So
sorry,
that's why that stood out. That's why that stood out to me.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. And like I was saying earlier, it's cool because it's multiple points of data. Like you get the EVP, and then right after that thing goes off. It makes it more like it strengthens the case for that as a genuine paranormal, as genuine activity, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's I think maybe more
gives it more like legitimacy in a way.
Yeah, validation
or credibility.
Yeah,
any of those words, I feel like would work.
Like double layers of validation, validations.
Yeah, big for sure.
Yeah, dude, we had something like that happen at the Bald Mansion one time. That shit was crazy.
Oh yeah, I love it when that happens. That's the only time I get excited about anything.
But it was fucking everything, dude. It was everything.
Oh, real?
Well, we had everything out, bro. We had the most from ridiculous to cool. We had cat balls. We had, metal rims set up.
Yeah.
Rim pods, all kind of around the room, all the edges of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we would ask questions, and all this shit would go off, dude. Like all the shit, the motion detectors, or the cat ball, like it's fucking. It was nuts.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was LeBall. That was at the LeBall Mansion.
Oh yeah. Where's that one at?
I had these people freaking out, right? Because they thought they had a
portal.
No, attachment. Jesus.
Oh. Yeah.
I was wanting to say attraction. What's Tim Joy say? Yeah, but see, that was before the motion sensor, right? Tim Lovejoy says not unless he was referring to his body corresponding to the motion sensor. That would be that could be something if like you hear the words before you hear the motion sensor go off.
Mm-hmm.
It goes off. See, he was like when I walk in after this thing. So when I walk out, that's when I turn it on. It does that when you first turn it on. Again, this is some jank.
Anything in that room. If anything in that room moves,
Pointed that way.
the lights will turn red, and you'll hear the alarm.
It's got a volume knob on it too. That's why it's so loud. Okay. Whoa.
That was not me.
That was not me. But it sounds very monotone, like "Where's my body?"
Mm-hmm.
Almost sounds almost robotic. But
or almost like it's coming at you like almost like a kind of not necessarily snarky, but like coming at you with an attitude, like you know where his body is, and
or like he's panicking. Yeah,
I don't even think he's panicking. It's like he's almost like frustrated, but he thinks that you know where his body is, but you're not telling him.
Or
yeah, where's my body? Where's my body?
It's not like a residual, because that's not some shit that a residual would be. A residual would be like a repeat of something that happened then, right? It wouldn't be like that's some shit people that are alive don't say.
So here's a question. Here's a question I want to pose to the field. Is it possible for somebody to, like, let's say I'm in a haunted location, right? And I have the ink box out. And I set the ink box up right in a spot where a crazy, tragic murder took place. Is it possible that you could catch residual voices from that moment in the, like, through the spirit box?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Sorry, I couldn't.
Just the last part.
I said, is it possible, like, if I'm in a haunted location and I were to take the ink box, the OG, right? I set it on the spot where a tragedy happened, like a very strong, high energy kind of event, right? Is it possible that I could get residual voices through the spirit box, almost as if like you're just kind of putting the box in the center of the replay of the event and it's just capturing the moment? Or is it something that's only...
No, yeah, so that's possible, right? It's just as possible that is just as possible, I feel like, as us talking to actual intelligences that are invisible to us.
Because, you know, people always talk about residual energy, residual stuff, but like
stored in the radio background or some shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
is it possible?
Yeah.
Are we getting residual EVPs? Are we getting residual, like, is it ever possible that that's what's happening? Because if you ever think about residual energy, you don't think about it using the devices to communicate. You don't think about it being intelligent, but you always hear it's always more or less.
What about like plasma? What about like plasma? Like, have you heard of plasma intelligence? Like, it's crazy, right? Because they think plasma can like almost form like a network, like a communication network. And yeah, it's nuts, dude. Like you can.
I mean, if you look at the way lightning spreads, I mean, I can see that.
Oh well, yeah, and it forms so it's kind of like a consciousness. It's
it
crazy.
Creates an entire web every time. It's a
cloud. It's called dust cloud plasma. Fuck. I can't remember what it's called, neural network or something like that. But it basically, they say that could be like a form of, intelligence or consciousness as well. So, there's all kinds of crazy possibilities out there, man. Like, is that is there some sort of light form of that? You got light, right? Like, light. Think about when
It's crazy.
atomic bombs go off, they leave a image of people who are caught in the flash on the background stone and
Yeah,
stuff.
they get vaporized.
Right. And it
With the intense heat and
it forms an X-ray image of that person, like in it's crazy, dude. Have you seen those?
Well, it's actually
Shadow, sort of, but it's more of an X-ray.
the
It's like,
reverse. It's like a reverse shadow. It's basically like the outline of a person, but like you see all black around it, and then you see the person. It's almost like a reverse. It's almost like a reverse shadow. But like basically, it's not even from the X-rays. I mean, it's from just the insane heat that was generated from the atomic explosion, because these things never hit the ground. They exploded like I don't know, 100 miles up in the air, or not, maybe not that.
There
was a couple miles up in the air at least, because that's where they could get the most damage. So when that thing went down, that blast vaporized anybody that was outside right below it. Like, you would have just, the heat would have been so intense, like hotter than the sun. That's the level of heat that they are producing in that very instant that it detonates. And so, anybody that's caught in that, you're done. Yep, there. Oh, actually, wow, it is like an actual fucking shadow. That one I don't feel like is real.
That's probably not real.
Yeah, that one. I know that one is real. I know that one, the second one on the top.
Yeah, we looked at that.
Not that one, the other one. The one.
Yeah, we looked at that one too.
Other way.
Yeah, we looked.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one I know is real too.
Well, this one, it claims all three of these.
Okay, yeah, those I could see.
Yeah, this is the latter one right here. Look, that's a X-ray. That's basically an X-ray image of that everything that was there. It's crazy.
Damn, maybe those kids were. Damn, maybe they should be real.
So the idea is that, can that happen? Hey, Kimberly, Michelle, Trent. Jill Jade says, so the question is, will it pick up conversations that occurred in the past? I'd say yes. The moment can still leave an imprint, especially traumatic, but why not a casual moment? A timestamp in the timeline of a particular location. I agree.
Almost like you walk in, like, imagine you see a Star Wars hologram, right? Or
Shroud Turn, yeah, man. Shroud Turn.
And you just walk through the middle of that hologram, and you can it's almost like you set that ghost box right in the middle of the hologram, and the hologram itself is just the residual energy, right? But it's funny though. People always talk about residual energy without ever having data that represent, or anything that would represent evidence of residual energy. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shroud Turin. That one is X-rays. That one, I think they have shown that to be extreme bright radiation, which would be, X-rays are pretty damn bright form of radiation. Shit.
That's his face. Yeah, you can even see this is his back. You could even see the whelps and the chunks of meat taken out of his back and his shoulders. That's nuts, dude.
Yeah, from the lashes.
Yeah, dude. His chest and his arms. That's
I would love to believe that that's the real thing, man.
I believe it.
I want it to be the real thing. It just seems
I believe stuff that's crazier than that, dude. And I'm a Christian. I believe Jesus existed.
Who was it that found that?
All this shit was supernatural, dude. Regardless, doesn't matter if it's real or not. You know what I mean?
It's faith-based, yeah. But it's not. But damn, dude. I would love for that thing to be the genuine shroud, that the death cloth of Jesus.
I choose to believe it is, just like I choose to believe we went to the freaking moon, dude.
Well, who was it? Was it Helen of
I don't
Troy?
have time for that other shit. I don't have time to argue against it when like that's
Right.
something for me. Well, and I'm not saying that it's inarguable. I'm saying this is not an uncommon thing to find as a death shroud, right? For anybody, they do this regularly in Middle Eastern cultures. They wrap you in a shroud, and when they but they don't all produce this effect, and this has been tested, dude. How much does something need to be tested? You know what I mean?
Well, it's been
What do
tested
you
in
want
different areas. There's different parts of it that have been tested, but the one that was the most the one that they say was debunked, or like where it was a middle-aged one, was actually down there at the bottom, where you can see it's on the picture. It's all the way to the right. It's the top right, actually. You see there's a little section that's clipped off, and that's how they did the testing. But apparently,
I think that they redid that same test, and it didn't come back that way, though. Like later on, like a different person. I'm pretty sure they've done a lot more tests on it.
I know if you would have, if I could have finished.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. I just
yeah,
ain't got time for
so there's different. So what had happened was there was a fire at one point, and the shroud was damaged.
Yeah.
And so there was a team in the Middle Ages that tried to do some work on it, to like renovate it, because they were going to put it back on, or like, they tried to save it basically. And so there are parts of it, there are pieces of it around the edges, specifically in one side of that, of the shroud, like that is true, that has been repaired in the Middle Ages, but they did testing on the other end. And I'm sure, I can't see behind our heads, but I think there's another piece that they did testing on, and it was a very small piece that they said was not Middle Age, that actually was from the biblical time period. And it's Helen of Troy, if I'm not mistaken, was the one that discovered the shroud as well as the original cross of Jesus. And I mean, I don't know, because Helen of Troy came like centuries later. She came centuries later, if I'm not mistaken, and she just somehow found the shroud as well as the original cross, because she was actually sent out by her son. Can't remember who was it, like Ptolemy or something. Can't remember the exact emperor, but it was a Roman emperor. But Helen of Troy might have been Constantine.
Constantine was the one that
could have been. It probably was Constantine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And was his mother Helen of Troy?
I don't know, dude. Nah, my history's all fucked out there. I had to look this shit up.
I do know that. Well, okay, so Helen of Troy, I'm pretty sure, was the one that found the shroud and the original cross of Jesus.
All right, so let's see.
If I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was.
And if that's the case, I mean, regardless, it just is very convenient that she was sent out on a mission by her emperor son to look for the original cross. And was it? Where was it?
It says, hold on, let me get rid of our faces here real quick. It says,
okay, so it wasn't Helen of Troy. I know Helen of Troy
first appeared in historical records around 1354 in Lyry, France, presented by French knight Geoffrey de Charny, or Geoffrey de Charnay. He claimed it was the burial shroud of Jesus, but did not disclose how he acquired it. It was later moved to Chambéry, and finally turned to Turin in 1578. It's been around for a minute. Yeah, so see, controversy. 1389, Bishop Pierre de Arcis claimed an artist confessed to forging the shroud, calling it cunningly painted fake used calling it a cunningly painted fake used to raise money. Okay. Scientific dating, radiocarbon testing in the 1980s by 3 independent teams, dated to London 1260 to 1390. Sure, whatever. The relic passed it. Yeah, you know what? Who cares? It's real. I got
Okay,
more.
well, okay. Can you check and see? Did Helen of Troy is the one that discovered? Double check that for me. Because now I'm kind of
Helen of
questioning
Troy.
myself.
Okay, so I'll just ask. Okay, we'll see.
Helen
So-
of Troy discovered the original cross, right?
Shit. Oh shit! Y'all see, I can't type with the shit. Oh no, what I do?
You know, fucked up. A Ryan.
I got it.
I think. I hope I'm right, because if I'm 0 for 2, man, I'm not gonna be happy. I'm gonna be.
You might be right. I don't know. It kind of came up here. It says no. Helen of Troy did not find the Shroud of Turin. Helen is a figure of Greek mythology associated with the Trojan War, roughly 12th, 13th century BCE, while the Shroud of Turin is a Christian relic believed to be from the first
the
century
cross.
CE.
The cross.
The cross.
Not the Shroud of Turin. Yeah.
Okay. Did she find what? The
original cross of Jesus.
Okay.
I think they call it the true cross.
According to Christian tradition and legend, Saint
Saint Helena, not
Saint
Helena. Okay,
not
Saint
Helen
Helena.
of Troy.
Okay,
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So where's this? So it's yeah, the Emperor Constantine. Hey, we got that.
Yep. So, yeah. So, okay, you can see almost 326 years. Okay, at 300 years after Jesus died, almost a little under 300 years.
Hey, we were doing pretty good though.
Hey, we were close, man.
I guess the Emperor. You had the Helena.
Yeah. So but because she was actually sent out by Emperor Constantine, who was her son, and she was yes, that's right, Timmy. Yeah, it was in a fire. The nuns repaired the edges. Yes, and
wouldn't all that type of stuff kind of maybe throw off radio carbon dating?
It does. Sure. Yeah, they repaired the edges, and
there has to. Hey, Becky Evans, it says to me it looks like frequency symbols, which could be, or like almost like it could be like a Vorshak painting or whatever too, right? Like
black inkblot test.
Yeah, Vorshak. Yeah, it almost kind of looks like that sort of. It's very symmetrical, but I guess he looks older to me. I mean, his face is all swollen and shit from getting tortured, basically.
I don't know, man. It just would seem like it's way too good. It just seems too good to be true. And so here's my thing too.
Christians want evidence, right? And when you provide any kind of evidence, it's automatically just
right.
No matter what.
Hey,
even point in his favor.
Look, I'm a Christian, man.
No,
I believe in God.
I'm just saying it's kind of.
But I think that there's like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in I can't remember where it's at, but they claim to have a piece of the true cross. There's a number of places that believe that they have pieces of the true cross. Now, Saint Helena, when she found it, like it said, she came almost 300 years after Jesus was crucified. And so how is this? I think that the wood that they used was not it's wood. It's not. It's going to decompose. But they buried it in the hill just outside of the wall.
What was it? Was it dogwood?
It was something, but it's not. It's not. There's no way it was going to be petrified. Or like what? 300 years? I mean, if it was buried back into the ground. You know what I mean? I don't know. How often do we find 300-year-old wood?
Yeah, well, it's olive, pine, cedar. Not 300. Yeah, it's like a 2,000-year-old wood.
Well, I mean, but when she found the original cross, it was only 300.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it was 300 years later. Yeah,
he just luckily found. Well, apparently, okay.
Christianity was way different, bro.
Actually,
that was nuts. Like they had a lot of like weird, like mystical shit going on.
Actually, I remember the reason that she found the cross. Okay, it's coming back to me now. The reason that she knew it was the true cross is because there was somebody in her travel party that was either disabled or sick or something, and the person touched the cross and was healed. And so then she knew.
Right. Yeah. 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 Linda, I think that's what we covered right here. According to the Christian, right? Yeah, she is credited. Yep.
But I believe that the
And
Ark of the Covenant.
tradition states that the true cross was identified when it miraculously healed a sick woman or raised a person from the dead. Helena is credited with building the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Discovery is celebrated as Catholic Church.
Yeah, that's right. Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Yeah. So can we talk about Our Lady of Saint Mary Zion Church in Ethiopia?
Okay.
Our Lady of Saint Mary Zion, I think it is. It's a church in Ethiopia, but it is some people believe that they actually house the true Ark of the Covenant there. And there's maybe not a lot, but there's quite a bit of evidence to support that it's actually there, including the fact that there is one keeper who he has chosen, and he lives the rest of his life in the building that houses it. But every single keeper ends up developing like really bad cataracts. They get radiation poisoning. They get all this stuff, and they come outside once every so often. And occasionally people will get the chance to talk to them. But
this is it right here.
Yeah.
The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church claims the original Ark of the Covenant, containing the Ten Commandments, resides in a chapel at the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Axum. It is guarded by a single monk, forbidden to leave the premises, and believed to have been brought to Ethiopia by Menelik the first, son of Solomon and Sheba. Yes, that's an interesting story because he had never met his son, right? He had.
Well, that's the whole reason that Christianity is in Ethiopia, is because of that. Because Solomon's son.
Well, no, this wasn't Christianity. This was Judaism. Yeah, because this was pre-Christianity. This is all pre-Christianity, dude. You're talking about
Ethiopians don't practice Judaism.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're talking about yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. This is a Jewish church, though, I think, or not a Jewish church, but
it's an Ethiopian Orthodox Christian church.
Yeah,
they are the ones. The Ethiopian Bible. They have the most books in their Bible.
I thought that it was a Jewish, because there are Ethiopian Jewish people as well.
Yeah, but the reason
descendants of the lost tribe that came from I know what you're saying, and yes, that they are. I do believe that they are connected to Ethiopia as well. But when the Ark came to Ethiopia, can you look up the monk? Look up the monk that is at the Lady Mary of Zion Church and see what kind of symptoms does he show? Maybe Timmy can look it up too. What kind of symptoms do they show when they've been when they come out? Because I know that some of them have had issues with their cataracts, or they've got cataracts. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church claims that the Ark of the Covenant rests in a special chapel on the grounds of Our Lady. Yep. Yes. Okay. So that's where we were. Here we go. Controversy and security. Here we go. The role of the guardian monk. So, lifetime commitment. The Ark is guarded by a single virgin monk who is appointed for life, forbidden from ever leaving the chapel grounds. Forbidden to see, right. So forbidden to see. The guardian monk is not allowed to look at the ark directly, only at the container in which it rests. Radiation legends, reports, and legends suggest that guardians of the ark are often suffer from severe illness, including blindness, cataracts, and burns, which some interpret as radiation sickness condition. These alleged health conditions have led to theories that the ark is a radioactive object or ancient technology. However, other accounts from the Ethiopian Orthodox tradition have contested these claims, stating that these guardians are not necessarily blind.
Well, no shit. If you got cataracts, you're not necessarily blind. Yeah, I mean, you're legally blind, I guess, right?
That's a valid point.
You can still see.
And built, corrected.
Yeah, so I mean, it is one of the more interesting things because there is a lot of evidence, not only with the story of Solomon's son coming over and in the whole Exodus, and well, I don't know about Exodus, but it's when they brought.
Speaking of Solomon, what kind of weird communication shit was he into, right?
Well, he was in charge of he could control the dead, right?
Would he have been like the first ITC guy, maybe?
No, he was the first necromancer.
Same difference.
We're not trying to raise the dead.
Necromancers don't raise the dead.
Well, they raise the spirits of the dead. Yeah.
Well, yeah, to communicate.
Using magic.
To communicate normally. Or to make them do stuff. So they're talking to ghosts.
Yeah, well, they're controlling ghosts in a way.
There you go. Same
but we see that's why there's the order of techromancers, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We're the order of techromancers, just the two of us.
Copyright claim. I don't care.
Come fight me, bitches.
That sounded really good, though. So, yeah, King Solomon probably talked to ghosts and stuff.
Well, King Solomon, I mean, he was more or less like fighting demons, wasn't he? Like he was trying to like control demons, or yeah, he was trying to control demons, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had them build the temple.
Yeah, which they found.
Yeah, well, that's the Temple Mound. That's the
no. Well, that too, yeah, but they actually found one of Solomon's temples, like one of there was one that has like a dance floor in it. It's like it was a giant temple that Solomon built, and they actually found it. I can't remember where it is.
To me, the shroud looks like a recording of speech that program. Yeah, I see where you can. I see where you can see that.
I think that's Carol. I think that is happening more in crystals than I do in than something like the shroud, because crystals have the ability to maintain information. Like it's crazy. It's just a matter of how do we tap into it.
Right. Let's see if I can pull this picture up. Well, yeah, there we go. This is some good stuff right here. Good pictures. Ooh, look at that. Ed, you know what this kind of looks like to me is a H.R. Geiger drawing. H.R. Giger. The guy who drew the Alien series. Yeah, he was. So H.R. Giger was the artist for the Alien movie franchise. So he did the artwork from the beginning. He's a surrealist, right? So
oh, I know. Well, see, I just made the realization. I forgot about
right here, right?
Gotcha.
So we can look at you can kind of look at. I mean, not all twisted, and this is very.
Almost
like dark erotica. Some of it is and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
I think the big thing with the Shroud of Turin that has people
but
the most convinced is that the blood marks around where the crown of thorns would have been.
Oh, let me find. There was a drawing that.
Come on, this seems too perfect.
Like,
we know that there's no. If it's too good to be true, probably is, right?
Or no, maybe it was something like this, and you put that next to the. Well, not that. Like this one. You know, it's just like that black and white image of it. It's kind of cool.
Well, I think somebody tried to reproduce it using like
because it looks like little skulls right here, dude. That looks like little skulls to me. Let me yeah. That looks like little skulls.
Yeah, I could see that.
And this looks like something going on here and here. There's like pareidolia going on here, or is it pareidolia? You know. Anyways,
clearly, the dude is covering his dick. So I mean, I guess they must have placed him like that afterwards.
Yeah, I think that's normal. I think that was like a traditional burial
position.
Like they wrapped him up in a shroud, yeah, and they have your hands like this, you know, like just crossed.
I always thought it was
They wrap you up in a white, like a linen.
Well, I mean, mummies
are different though, dude. You're talking about not all of them were the same. Not all of them were like that either. There were some with their hands positioned like this as well. I just watched a thing about mummies today. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
Oh, okay.
Don't question my mummy authority tonight. You know, they made they made paint out of mummies for years. Did you know that?
Yep.
They would grind up mummies and use them for paint.
Yep.
They made a nice brown pigment out of them, and yeah, apparently it was like highly sought after stuff, you know. Like, but you know, they were like people were taking pills, like ground up mummy pills.
Yep, in little capsules.
And then somebody finally found out, hey, these are ground up mummies, and then they were like, "Fuck that, we're not eating those anymore." And so then we'll use it for paint.
Well, it was my understanding that they were doing that intentionally because they thought that there were health benefits to eating the remains of another human. Like it was like there was something to that. I thought maybe that's it. Maybe there were different cultures, but I remember like there was some like they'll even put ashes in the pipes like smoke the ashes of the fallen to.
No, I think they called it betamin. They called it betamin, right? I think is what it was called.
Betamin?
Betamin. I think that's what it was called. What are we looking at?
Is that a vitamin?
This is where the Turin was found. The Shroud of Turin was found, I suppose. See, that's how they used to wrap them up. And they probably still do it very similar today.
Well, they have bags now.
Don't put them in bags. That's what made all the injuries on him, and you can see that pretty clearly in the. So if it's a replica, bro, it's a damn good replica. They even got the swelling down and everything.
But I don't know if it's a replica necessarily. It's just
not a replica, but a fake or whatever.
I don't know, man. I just have trouble. It could be legitimate, but is it Jesus?
Well, it really doesn't matter anyway.
You know what I mean? Like,
it doesn't matter. At the end of the day.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
At the end of the day, real or fake, I guess, you know, it's good to know. It's good to find out if it is a fraud. But until they can know
guys like us with the scientific minds, that's what we're trying to fucking figure out, isn't it?
No, I'm not tackling that. I'm just talking about that. We're just discussing that. I'm not tackling the Shroud of Turin. Like, what
Well,
you
I'm
got?
not either. I'm just curious.
You got to get a sample of it. You'd have to get a sample and do a lot of stuff with it, right? Like
Radiocarbon dating, yeah.
Yeah, like spectrography, whatever the hell.
Well, you would probably want to do radiocarbon dating to see when the shroud was made, because it would be organic material.
Right, but is that even still does that even still work right?
Yes,
Because of the material being messed up. Like if the material,
it does.
the fire, like we were talking about, the fire could have messed up the
because
radiocarbon.
they only repaired one section of it that was burned. But and that was the part that they tested it, where it got the Middle Ages. But so
no bones about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim said no pigment was found.
No.
Also, after the beating, the pierced sides, no bones were broken. A single note, as stated. Yeah, like what was said. It was the injuries match. And it's not like somebody with knowledge. Okay, yeah, could have whoever, if it was faked, whoever the forger was, then they did a really good job of making those wounds and stuff very believable. You know what I mean? They would have had to really study.
I saw something where they actually didn't even use paint, but what they did was they dipped it in a chemical, and then they hung it in the sunlight. And they did this in repeated steps, and it like ended up showing there was like an artist that did it. But I mean, it was a long and painstaking process, and apparently the chemicals were available. I'm not saying that that's what happened. It is hard to believe that that's the one that nobody was able to find this Jesus' burial cloth until this guy in the 1300s just found it in France, or showed up with it somehow in France. I don't know, man. Like,
because Christians were no, I don't find that hard to believe at all. Christians weren't even Christianity didn't even really take hold until way later, right? And so any relics, any Christian relics would have been they were underground, like Christian, basically kind of cult like entities that existed that time.
Yeah.
It was
because of the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah, you would be persecuted.
Roman Empire, yeah.
Yeah, so like there was no really like a solid formal Christian church. It was all different things, right? And there were emperors that wanted to embrace it, and there were emperors that wanted to demonize it, and there were
that was kind of the whole thing with the disciples.
Politicians that wanted to demonize it because they didn't want it to become mainstream, and so it's all very interesting, like rabbit hole. But I believe in the supernatural. If I didn't, I wouldn't do what I do. So I believe that it's from what we have, it's likely that this is real, and that's where I end up on that. But
I have such a I'm skeptical of everything, and I have to be. I just question everything, and I'm definitely not saying that it's that, because if I were to say it's definitely not real, then I know I'll be wrong. Either way, like I feel like I'm going to be wrong if I say definitely, because I don't know, and to say definitely is kind of like,
no, it's not solid. It's kind of like saying, I definitely know how ghost boxes work.
Well, we do know how ghost boxes work.
Well, I know how they work. I don't know how that works. I just know it does it. So,
we don't know how they operate those how they function. I don't know. How do they do it? That's a good discussion that we got to figure out, man. Is how are they? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we got to figure out proof that we all work under the assumption that we know that they exist. Like, or we work under the assumption that they do exist.
Yeah.
And so then we take it from there. But I mean, is it flawed right from the get go? Because well, no, because it would be the hypothesis, or no, it'd be the theory, right? And then the hypotheses would be all the little things underneath, right?
We're just testing. Yeah, we're just running experiments, like building data. I'm not doing it like scientifically. I'm kind of doing it, documenting it for my purposes, and that's what it's for. I come up with my own conclusions. I don't need science to
all right,
come out and say, "Oh, this is a thing." That's not necessary for me. Some people are doing stuff like that, and that's good. They're writing papers and they're doing all this stuff, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what JW is doing. He's in, like, with the Institute, we're taking a lot of freaking data. And I'm not sifting through the fucking data. He is. And he's got we got a couple other people in the Institute that are doing it too. But I mean, I see what the data, like what the results are and the things that we're finding, and it's interesting. But I'm like you, I'm just fucking around with things. I'm just seeing what's cool, what's not. That's where my inspiration. That's why I say, like, you are one of my inspirations and all that, is because, like, yeah, I mean, really, most of my shit, I just fuck around with things, see what I think would be cool, what would work, and I get that from you. So y'all can thank him for that.
Done well for yourself.
Yes, Sensei.
Becky says it's better to be open-minded to everything than be closed-minded. That's 100%. Keep learning, keep moving forward, keep leveling up, keep on keeping on.
Bro, can we talk about Project Bluebeam, or are we is that too dangerous?
We can talk about Project Bluebeam.
You know what about Project Bluebeam?
I've heard of Project Bluebeam,
yeah. It's basically it is part of the liberal world, the liberal economic order or whatever, I don't know, they're the whole thing where, like, they first make you distrust the government, then they make you distrust religion, and then they have, like, technology with satellites, and they're using lasers to project images in the sky. And apparently this has already been tested over in China. So you guys remember seeing that video of, like, a whole city in the sky in China? Like, it was years ago. Like, there was a video of people.
Yeah, but that was an illusion. That was an optical illusion caused by whatever that phenomenon is, where it's like a mirage, but it looks like it's off the ground. It's because the clouds. Yeah, dude, that's the cloud. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So that's what the official story is, but. And I mean, that may very well be the case. The same reason that contrails aren't real and they aren't seeding clouds, even though there's companies in Minnesota that seed clouds. Yeah, I know.
They are.
But so the whole thing, that their mission, though, apparently, is that eventually they're going to use this technology and apparently that thing in China with the city was one of the tests of it. They said that they're going to have like Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, all of them are going to appear in the sky. They're all going to come, but apparently they're all going to form into one entity. And there's going to be, like, they're going to say all the religions were wrong. You've been lied to. Like, this is the real religion and all this stuff. It's the one world government. It's the whole thing. Like, and one of the steps is they're faking an alien invasion
out of China, and it looks like their city is floating in the clouds. Of course, we can't verify if the video is real or not, but we have seen things like this before.
Fucking CNN too, so fuck them. But anyway.
But yeah.
This is a type of superior mirage called a fata morgana, where air temperature near the surface.
I mean, I don't generally believe anything.
It's a lie.
fucking says anyway. But
Bro.
I mean, this is a thing. What she's saying is a thing.
This is actually cooler than the air above. It can make objects appear like they are stacked on top of each other, or in this case, like a city floating in the clouds.
Yeah, that's
the same phenomenon happens when you're driving in your car on a hot day. See what appears to be water or something liquid on the road in the distance. Or you've heard of people walking through the desert and they see water in the distance. And then once you get closer, it disappears. Light waves travel through the atmosphere from the sun straight to your
light
eye.
waves, Austin.
But they actually travel through the atmosphere at different speeds. A mirage occurs when the temperature on the ground is hotter than the air above. The light travels through the cooler air into the
Yeah, we gotta explain all this to you, flat earther, or what?
No, I mean this. Like, yes, I mean, they're comparing two completely different, phenomena here. They're comparing like the lake on the desert floor, the mirage, like that, to that. I mean, yes, those conditions can be true, but not in the way that the China one was, where it was the
warmer air near the ground.
I do. Okay, pause. No, hold on. So there is something. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of something called a vector imaging.
Yeah, I know what vector imaging is. Yeah, of course.
So you can actually use lasers. You need 3 lasers, and you just need particulates in the air. It could be silver iodide.
Yeah.
You blast the lasers into this cloud of particulates, and you can create a 3D image.
Yes, this is true.
Like, you can do this. There are patents there. DARPA has been working on this stuff.
No, but it has its limits, though. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have its limits. I think they can make. I think they can do things like make you see bullshit UFOs or.
Well, you notice there was a huge crazy.
But I think this is more probably a trick, a photography trick than it's more likely a photography trick than not.
All right. Well, you're missing the whole point.
But anyway, go ahead. I know Project Bluebeam is the thing, and it can create very complicated shit or like shapes and things in the sky. But
that's not what Project Bluebeam is. That's one aspect of Project
Part
Bluebeam.
of it. Part of it
One
is
of the steps.
Public.
One of the steps about after mistrust in the government is faking an alien invasion. And so what's been going on a lot lately? You notice it? A lot of information about UFOs.
That just means we're going to war. Anytime they say, "Oh, UFOs," that means we're going to war.
Well, I feel like we already knew that was going to happen before. But you know what I mean? Like we're always in a.
No, but they use it as like a
distraction.
Not necessarily a distraction, but kind of a temporary distraction. They know you're not going to
diversion.
Yeah, it's kind of to divert part of your attention away. They know they're not going to make you completely forget about the thing, but they want to kind of.
I don't. It's hard for me to doubt anything anymore at this point because I feel like, and so long ago, man, I would have said all kinds of conspiracy theories were bullshit, but I don't know. It's just crazy, dude. Like, it just keeps coming true. It just keeps coming true. If you don't know, look up DARPA. It's DAARPA.
We're right here. The 4 steps of Project Bluebeam: archaeological reevaluation. Artificially created earthquakes would reveal new archaeological discoveries designed to discredit traditional religious beliefs. The space show. A massive global 3D holographic light show would project divine figures in the sky, customized to dominate religion of each region. Two-way electronic thought control using low frequency waves.
Already being used.
As making them believe they are hearing God.
Yep, already being used.
Supernatural manifestations, simulating an alien invasion and or probably a satanic takeover to push humanity into a state of panic, leading them to accept one world government for protection.
Okay. Did anybody read the headlines about why they're pushing back on the UFO release? I'm just putting connections out there. If anybody read some of the reasons why members of the cabinet and of the Department of Defense, they're saying because there's demonic implications. They're saying because there's interdimensional and possibly demonic implications.
Well, yeah. Okay.
This is like
but just what if?
I don't know. It's just playbook, play by play. It almost seems like it's starting to come around. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Well, yeah, okay. But maybe this also might be like okay, to think this is a diversion to make us believe, or
I don't believe that this is a diversion. This is
this is
long term
to deceive us. What if this shit actually happens, though? You know what I'm saying? What if this is actually to make us think it's not happening? You know what I'm saying? When the shit happens, right? Like a counter freaking,
like a false flag.
Not a false flag, but like a double conspiracy, right? The conspiracy is the conspiracy. Almost.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying, like to make you not believe it when it's actually happening.
Well, I think the alien invasion, I think the UFOs and all the whistleblowers, I think that is what that is.
I think it's just as likely that all this is softening us up for for a potential reality where aliens have visited us in the past and maybe are currently visiting us, and or technology, we have that or something like that. This could be softening us up to that. And everybody says Hollywood's been doing it for years, and that might be true as well. Who knows? But I mean, the CIA has employed Hollywood and historically to push narratives and all types of things. So
yeah, I mean, but I do believe that the whistleblowers are the double conspiracy. I believe that you are. Yeah, you're right on that set. Like all these guys that are going in front of Congress claiming that we have, like, I genuinely believe that that is a double conspiracy. Like that is out there to push that conspiracy that the government, the U.S. government, has this crazy technology that we've been hidden from people.
Like this story right here, where it's like, we're gonna do some the government, we're gonna do some crazy shit. You're totally.
I do believe the whistleblowers
and looking at this shit and not looking at the real shit that's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think that people look at this and think conspiracy bullshit, and so they don't take it seriously.
No, I think this is a conspiracy one way or another, like in one form or another.
This ain't theory. This is actually
first-hand conspiracy, or conspiracies actually happen. Conspiracy just means a group of people who.
Well, right. That's why I said it's not a theory. This is this is actually happening.
No, well, okay, a conspiracy theory.
It's not a theory. This is actually happening.
I didn't say this was a conspiracy theory. I said this is a conspiracy.
Yes, correct.
which is the actual thing, right? Correct. That's where it's not a conspiracy theory. This is a conspiracy, and they are conspiring against the public, not just the American public, but the world. And
do you think Epstein has any involved? Do you think Epstein's tied?
Epstein was involved in everything, man.
Do you think he has ties? Do you think that his network is tied to this?
I think he has probably connected people who are involved in this in different countries, and that he has set up meetings between them. Yeah, why not? He was one of the biggest fixers out there. You think he was the only one? No, there's probably a couple hundred of him out there right now. Epstein's also out there.
See, I don't think Epstein was the most powerful by any means, but I do believe that in his group, his network was the people that were.
I'm not even saying he wasn't powerful. I'm just saying there's 100 more of him out there.
No, he's just a group. He's part of the group.
And when he went, somebody else just kind of got all his business. And there's people out there doing this shit to this day. And everybody, obviously, and we should be worried about the Epstein thing, but also let's also take into consideration this shit's still going on. Who's doing it now? You think all these freaking sickos that were doing all this shit?
Well, right. Epstein,
you think they just quit and they were like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm kind of done with my weird sicko.
No, but that's my thing. My question was more or less like, is Epstein's just one of the elite groups of that are, the WEF and the Bilderberg and Trilateral Commission, all them, right? Like he was just one of the people that was that group is what's doing this. Like that group is the deep state elites. Like that is who is behind all of this kind of stuff with the CIA and the military.
Just say it, Austin. Just say the Jews.
I didn't.
I'm just kidding. That's what everybody says. Oh, it's the Jews. The Jews did it. You never hear people everything on the Jews.
Curious, is Leslie Wexner Jewish? Is that what?
I don't know. That sounds like kind of a Jewish name. I don't
know.
Wexner.
He's from Ohio. I mean, I don't.
There's Jews from Ohio.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm trying to because I don't believe it's just Jews. Like I feel like there's.
I was just joking. I was making a joke.
I'm just trying to think. Well, is Prince Andrew a Jew?
I mean, I don't know, man. There's probably a conspiracy theory out there.
Bill Gates might be Jewish, right?
I don't know. I do know that from recent interviews that I've seen that they did with Jeffrey Epstein, that he was very like Jewish supremacist. Like he the whole
Orthodox Zionist, right?
Like, yeah, but he was very Jew, also like supremacist. Like
Zionist, yeah.
The Goyim Zionist is a little different. Zionist, you basically believe that Israel is the state, like is allowed to be a country, and that's a Zionist, and believing that that's like the home country or the
and then orthodoxy is where you're like very strict with the belief system and the routine, like you pray every single, like all that stuff. That's like Orthodox, right? You live it.
They're all from Europe. A lot of them are from Europe. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there are families in Israel that can trace their ties back, to that region genetically. But yeah, a lot of. I mean, a Jew is not a race.
It's actually both.
It's a religion and kind of a culture too, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's the one. I feel like it's
you have the Hebrew.
It's actually both a ethnicity and a religion.
We have Hebrews, and I think isn't that the race?
Well, Hebrews were Jewish typically,
right? But
anyway. The Hebrews were they were a race of people, or they were. I think so.
Yeah.
They had it was a language too.
Wexner. Okay, Barbara Spare says Wexner, I believe, is Jewish, and there's a medical. Yeah.
I know. I saw some kids protesting about that too. I mean, that's something that should. I agree with that one. That one I agree with for sure.
Yeah.
Get that dude off of the. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a good. That's. He
was a little close with him, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he gifted him the largest fucking.
It's one thing to know him, you know what I mean? Because everybody in Hollywood, all these rich people all knew each other, met each other at parties and shit. But it was another thing to have visited the island 11 times or some shit, or been rode on his plane a half a dozen times or a dozen times.
Went to lunch there with your kids and your wife.
Spent the weekend in Cabo or whatever with him. That's a little much.
No, there was somebody, I want to say is a dude that's in office of some sort.
Yeah, Mamdani.
No, it wasn't Mamdani, but it was some
Mamdani. His mom hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. And there's a picture of his mom with Jeffrey Epstein.
Dude, the deep state goes so deep. It's so ridiculous. And then to know what, I don't even want to get into all of that stuff because I don't want to get into politics.
I don't give a shit. It's not just politics. Well, these are the facts.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about politics. I'm just saying the facts here.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw Hillary's deposition.
About what I think either way or the other. I'm just saying these are the facts, dude.
I think Slick Willie needs to come out of hiding and testify, but I know Hillary testified, but she didn't even call a meeting.
He is. He's there.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
I think he is. Yeah.
I don't care which party anybody is on. If you hung out with Epstein and like you knew that shit was going on, and he was in
there. He was in there today, dude. Because what's his name came out and said basically that Bill Clinton said that he had never heard anything about Donald Trump being involved with Epstein in any sort of way, like with any of that illegal like trafficking stuff. Basically exonerated him pretty much. Like, as far as that goes with Bill Clinton, it's fucking Bill Clinton, so who knows?
I mean, Clinton was no. There's pictures of him and Virginia Dufresne.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was on Epstein's side. It's hard to, like, you like. Can you really take his word? I don't know. Probably not.
I mean, when you're in a hot tub with a victim who's like 16 years old on Jeffrey Epstein's island, and there's
pictures of him.
God there's pictures of it, bro.
Fuck. Did you see that picture that like Megyn Kelly put out of him, where he's looking down like he's in a nightclub? This is right after the Monica Lewinsky thing happened. He's in a nightclub in DC, and he's like with these young girls, and he's looking down one of them's shirt top. It's crazy, dude.
Fucking dog, man.
Is that on here?
What a creep. Anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
I think we are well over our time now, sir.
I got a 502 error. That's all we know. Yeah, we got to get out of here.
We're talking about it.
You know what? Hey, it's a conspiracy, bro. Like, you can't leave that one out. Where we gonna dance around that shit like it ain't real? That's some shit, right? Like, fuck it.
Well, this is what we do. We talk about conspiracies, and I just hope we don't get flagged for talking about Epstein.
Flagged? What? You're gonna make my viewer count lower? These are my people right here, man. Everybody watching right now, all 9 people. Viewers. Yeah, 9, 10.
Those are 9?
Yeah. Oh, this is our core people, bro. These people tune in.
You guys.
And they don't give a shit.
Are the real ones.
They're with it.
Y'all are the real ones, and we love you.
Tim Lovejoy, Becky, Carol Garcia. Who else we got on here? Barbara Spur. Yeah, y'all are our core people, man. Jay Fortune. I said Tim Lovejoy, Frenchie, all these people, Jill Jade, all these people always tune in and watch us, and we appreciate it.
Y'all are some real ones, and we love you.
Yeah, so anyway, if you're looking for an event to go to, something to do here in the next month or so, you can go on our Facebook page, Supernatural Inc. Paranormal. And you can find tickets to our Pythian Castle event we have coming up. It's going to be awesome. We've got probably about 15 tickets left, so it's pretty good. We're doing pretty good. So get your tickets now. Huh?
Out of how many?
I think we're at 46.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, I backed it down a little bit. Greg had it at 50. I backed it down just a little bit, just to 46, because we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I hope everybody out there is doing okay, and we're doing fine. And we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. And
don't be generic.
That's about all.